This video presents an evolution of a severe quadriplegic child over the time period of 2 years. On the left, we are seeing him at the 3.5 years of age, before started ABR, and on the right, we are seeing him 2 years later. This particular video is an express overview. In this video, we'll go over the essentials of weight bearing and the motor functions, the head control, the sitting, the crawling, the hand functions. And of course, we'll go over the structural transformations that made those obvious functional transitions possible. Let's get a bit of a history. His mother, she's a pediatric doctor, so until the age of 3.5, she has made all possible variants and options of the rehabilitation programs classically available, from intensive training to stretching and so on, and still there is not much to report. At 3.5 years of age, he is pretty much incapacitated, basically being limited to breastfeeding, not being comfortable in any positions. At the same time, you can see he is completely restricted and blocked. His entire body moves just as a single unit. Let's get the specifics of this incapacitation and start with sitting. On the left, we are seeing this typical W posture. Arms up, head being thrown backwards, rigid hyperextension. When he is getting relaxed, he just folds forwards. No active function, no active support, no ability to maintain the positioning. And the moment I shift my support lower, you see he collapses forwards. At the same time, we see that he is all performing as a single rigid block. No matter which direction he is being moved, he just folds as a unit. This close-up view shows the way that he folds together, and the moment he doesn't have the complete support, he just folds helplessly. You can see here very clearly, one arm support doesn't help him at all. He folds forwards as a unit without any ability to use his arms for the support or counterbalance. On the right, we're observing a dramatic difference. He is able to move his head selectively. He supports himself clearly and confidently in the tailor sitting position. He is able to get the focus on the object, get the reach, grab it, and throw it at will whilst following it with his gaze all the way down in having this hand-eye coordination. He can reach for the object, get the grab, and you can see this is an edge sitting position, and he requires minimal support by the weaker arm. Please note that on the before picture, we're showing the support by the stronger right arm, and it still doesn't help. On the right, we're seeing the new situation where the minimal support by the weaker arm is sufficient. He has confident weight bearing of the entire upper body in sitting, controls his head freely, and demonstrates a confident grip of the arm with a subsequent lift of the arm all the way upwards and then release of the ball. So that's, I believe, is a difference which speaks for itself. That's the case where the picture is worth 1,000 words. Besides of this obvious change in the sitting position, we'll definitely can observe the changes in the other fundamentals. Next major change in the function and the weight bearing is the position on the stomach, the prone position, and the subsequent ability to use the arms for weight bearing and crawling. What we are seeing in the before pictures, complete incapacitation. When being put on his stomach, his arms are stuck, he is unable to bend his back, his legs are going into the hyperextension, and please note the position of the face. He just cannot even lift his head because it gets, well, pretty much stuck into the ground, stuck into the floor. And here, as he tries to get out of this prone position, you see the arm gets stuck under the body. He lifts the other arm, but to no practical use. On the right, we're observing the new situation where he is actually able to demonstrate the crawling. Please note this. You see that's a selective movement of the arm, ability to lift the head, deliver the movement of the other arm whilst shifting the weight entirely, even on the weaker left one, propel himself forwards and keep moving. Let's have a look at the view from the side. Again, on the left we're observing complete incapacitation, and on the right, that's the new phase, the new abilities, the new achievements. He is able to propel himself forwards whilst maintaining the head control and covering the distance. Obviously, that's a major change to his practical over-day environment, where he is able to explore and investigate and develop throughout the interaction with the environment. And obviously that's a significant major change for his mother and, well, the rest of the family in terms of interaction and comfort. Let's look at the hand function. At the beginning, before ABR, there is not much to talk about. You can see that he is stuck, well, even on his back in the supine position. He can't do much. His arms are constantly in this W hyperextended position. He doesn't do any protection even movement with them, not to mention any deliberate functional moves. Let's look at it a bit closer. You see the arms movements, no function, no usage, complete rigidity and incapacitation. Well, now you can see that's a confident and comfortable usage of the right arm with the ability to grab the object, throw it and follow it through with the concentration and the ability to trace it. Even his left arm, which used to be completely incapacitated and locked and closed and fisted, now is capable of the initial action with the ability to get the same grab, get some range of the movement and get usable. This video is just a brief overview of this particular case. We do not make any far-reaching universal claims or magic bullet statements, although the pictures the visuals, they speak for themselves, demonstrating a major improvement. However, some skeptic would sort of quick to dismiss this as luck, spontaneous change or whatever, and we don't want to argue. We present ABR cases not just in this format of quick overview, but in two more levels of details where we'll go into the specifics of the development of the sitting hand function with the intervals of a few months, so that you'll be able to see that the development of those significant changes and the evolution of those essential weight bearing and motor functions is the result of a step-by-step change which has been brought by the day in, day out work of a dedicated parent. In his case, most of the work has been done by his mother, plus the usage of the ABR machine. At the end of this video, I'd like to highlight the structural fundamentals behind this change. Before, we don't see any segmentation, any selective mobility of any elements of the body. The head, arms, trunk, legs, everything moves as a single unit. There is no trace of a head control. The head just drops helplessly with the rest of his body. And there is a dramatic change that we are seeing now. Selective movements of the head with the proper adjustments and independent ones from the movements of the arms. And please have a look at the closer view where we can really observe the elegance and the selective nature of the control of the head that he has by now. At the end of this video, I'd just like to repeat once again. We are not making any far-reaching universal claims. We're just presenting the facts that with the day-in, day-out work of the parents in the non-forceful, non-invasive ABR way, it is possible to achieve significant progress and improvements in the cases even of the very significantly and seriously affected children with the sort of significant prior history of unsuccessful rehabilitation of the children GMFCS level 5 whose prognosis remains very, very poor under usual circumstances, under the standard ways of rehabilitation that they are being exposed to. And this is exactly the message that I want to deliver through this particular video and through the other ones that are going to follow in the ABR facts. And of course, I'm encouraging you to watch the other videos in this series, which are going to get into the details and specifics of the development of these functions throughout the course of rehabilitation. Thank you for watching.